Today is a day of epiphanies and downloads. Do you still feel that energy pouring in from our winter solstice portal? That's because it is. We are very much adjusting to this new Capricorn energy, and we very much have a big influence still from that open portal gateway. There is a small but powerful window open for this major shift for you. Our minds are starting to open to some very important details, so take note. This is going to help gain clarity on how to move forward from this point, which means lots of downloads are pretty prevalent today. And what that means is that it's going to change the path that you are on. So what are you manifesting in this instant right now? Because all these energies are literally for you. Can you feel them pouring through? So that is a portion of the energy that you are going to feel today. Now let's look at the solar weather and see what the other energy is. Yesterday we reached moderate levels in our solar activity. We were presented with this M3.33, even though it says M3.2. But it is still early in the day and we have a lot of light still pouring in. And we still have that 5% chance of having an X-class flare. So we have 8 regions on the sun right now. Most of them are very, very stable. Some of them have had slight decay. We are going to look at this one right in the direct center of our sun, 3529. That's going to have the 5% chance of having an X-class. We're also going to look at 3519. That gave us that M-class flare earlier. And we are going to take a look at 3528. So first off, this is 3519. Definitely went down quite a bit in size, lost a sunspot, still in beta range. However, it gave us an M3.33 flare. It is going to be a miss because it is so far west off of the sun. But note the percentages. We are expected to see some more C-class flares. 15% for an M-class, even though it gave us 2. And just notice the proton level is at 5%. There were no CMEs that were directed to it, but I do want to note that the CMEs I spoke about yesterday, the 2 of them, they are misses. There are no Earth-directed components. But here's a shot at that M-class flare heading off from 3519. Lots of light, lots of photons. You can tell by the image here that it was very high frequency. It kind of distorts the images when they do come out. It sent us into an R1 radio blackout. And these were the locations and the absorption point that these were located in. However, it has died down and it is dissipated and there's nothing left except for some very, very low frequencies in those areas. And this region is 3528. Now it went up in its sunspots. It went up in its size and it is still staying in beta. So we have a lot of buffers here, but I want to show you the regions that at least have a higher percent chance of having any type of flares. This would be a 40% chance of having some C-class flares because of the little pockets here that have the potential of touching. And if you look over in this range too, there is potential there. And that's why the percentages are so high, but we really aren't getting anything from here. And this is 3529. Beta and gamma range still. The size is still quite large, the largest region by far, and the number of sunspots is pretty up there. So we have a 5% chance of having an X-class flare from here, and note also the proton level is at 5% as well. So if we have a flare from here, you're going to see the image that I showed you previously of it distorted because of that proton level. Protons have a large amount of plasma ions in it, so it really disrupts not only satellite communication, obviously with imagery, but it will affect you. But we also have a 45% chance of having some C-class, 15 for an M-class. It is a little bit probable, but this is really, really spreading apart. So the only regions we really can see, there's a little bit of red here within the yellow and green buffers. So I don't really see this going off too large because these are so far apart. But we will still keep an eye out on 3529. Yeah, 3529. Now, something that did go up, the only thing that did go up is our electron flux. So we did reach those high mega electron volts. We reached past that threshold and we are still kind of holding there, and we're expected to be in that range until maybe the 23rd. So expect to have those ascension symptoms such as headaches and dizziness and blurry eyes and itchy skin. But like I said, solar weather is pretty moderate today except for our electron flux, which we will still be in higher levels. Now here are solar winds. We're at a KP1 right now, ranging around 350 kilometers per second. We're expected to reach into a KP2 level, and you can see it rising tomorrow and the next day, because we do have that weak enhancement from the negative polarity that is coming in. So we're going to see a result on the 23rd and the 24th. However, it is still pretty low right now. And this is what I mean. We are below 350 kilometers per second right now, and our density is pretty much non-existent, but this is really nice. It gives your body quite a break. But let's look at the Schumann. Look at the frequency. Look at the frequency. Okay, we got a lot of light coming in. These light code activations are going to be happening this whole weekend, and they are just starting up. Look at this. Let's take a closer look. So this is what we're presented with today. Yes, there is density. Yes, there is collective purging, but there is beautiful light that is coming in between those. This is that winter solstice energy, those light codes, that DNA activation that is coming in. It is trying to settle itself in your system, but things are going to raise out as a result of that. That's going to be that major insight that you are going to get. The light is going to be in there as you purge that out. What symptoms are you experiencing today? And are you one of those people that is purging all of that emotion out? And if you are, please be graceful with yourself. Give yourself some patience and do more self-care. Today's a great weekend for it. Holiday weekend. Just do something that makes you happy and is going to lift you out of maybe a darker place that you shouldn't be in, or that you are working your way out of, because we love you and we want to see you thrive. I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Love ya.